Demystifying Between and Among. Mastering English Prepositions. Hello language learners! Today, we're diving into a hot topic in English language learning. The difference between the prepositions between and among. These two words are often used interchangeably, but do you know that there's a fine line separating their usage? By the end of this video, you'll have a firm grasp of these prepositions and will no longer confuse one for the other. Let's get started. Between is commonly used to refer to a relationship involving distinct, individual items which can be perceived as separate entities. It doesn't necessarily limit the relationship to two items. It can be more than two. For example, I am torn between the chocolate cake, the strawberry shortcake, and the cheesecake. Here, the three different types of cakes are considered individual items. The negotiations between the countries have been successful. Despite the plural countries, each country is regarded as a separate entity. Remember, use between when the items are distinct and individually identifiable. Among implies being part of a group, a collective, a mass, or a general category, where items are not individually distinguished. For example, she felt comfortable among friends. Here, friends is a collective group. I found my lost keys hidden among the books. In this case, books is considered a general mass where the individual items are not distinguished. When dealing with undifferentiated items or groups, use among. One common misconception is that between is used only when referring to two things and among for more than two. As we've seen, this isn't accurate. Between can be used for more than two items, as long as they're distinct and separate entities. A frequent error is using among when referring to distinct, individual items. Remember, among should be used for undifferentiated items or groups. To summarize, use between when referring to distinct, individual items, even when they're more than two. Use among when referring to a collective group or mass where individual items aren't distinguished. A good way to practice is to try and use both between and among in your everyday English. Write sentences, check your usage, and you'll master these prepositions in no time. That's all for today's video on the usage of between and among. We hope you now have a clear understanding of these commonly confused prepositions. Don't forget, practice makes perfect, so keep using these in your daily conversations. Happy learning, and we'll see you in our next video.